Well, good evening. How you doing? Good to see you. Um, as you can see, we're in the end tonight. I worked from home today, and on my lunch break, I was able to get a little bit done. We'll take a look real quick. I added some carpet to the leaf blocks. Now, why would I do that? Why? Why would I do that? The leaves look so nice. Let's talk about it. See, what we have here is a leaf block, carpet, and then the way Minecraft works is you can place another carpet on top of another carpet and it'll just float like that. That's how it works. So the reason I've done that is our ender is going to be way down here. We already know. And we built it out of leaves because we don't want the enderman spawning, because endermen can't spawn on leaves. We're going to build a platform, and that'll be the only place they can spawn, thereby controlling where they spawn and then controlling where they go. But we have another problem with endermen we need to resolve. You see, endermen can teleport. While they can't spawn on leaves, they can teleport to them. And we don't want that, do we? No, of course not. That would interfere with our ability to control where they go. So, if you put carpet down, and then put another piece of carpet on top of that carpet, they can't teleport there or spawn there. So this resolves both. So why even bother with leaves down here? What's the point? Well, the point of that is so they don't spawn while we're building the platform for the carpet, because they can't spawn on leaves. That's the only reason it's made out of leaves, is to not have the ability to spawn while you're building the platform for the carpet. So what's going to happen now is the ender is going to go right here, and our killing chamber is going to basically be right here. But the endermen they're going to drop a ton of ender pearls that are going to accumulate in annoying ways. And we want to get rid of them. Dang it. That's not pointed in the right direction. I hope we don't lose it in the void. I can't get under it. This is as low as we're able to build. And we lost it. Okay. We have to make another dropper. Before we do that, we'll do another thing, though. Anyway, as I was saying, the endermen are going to drop some stuff, and it's going to be more than we need. We're going to want a way to get rid of it. So we're going to build a thing that does it for us automatically. See if that's facing the way I want it to. Yes, it is. Wonderful. We're just working in very tight quarters here, so it's going to be difficult to get it how we want it. Now, I will have to make another dropper, but that's okay. We'll go back to the overworld and get the material we need to do that. That's the only thing I didn't make extra of in case that happened. Like that right there just happened. I have extra just for that purpose. Am I doing this right? I think I'm doing this right. So sort of like, I haven't demonstrated it much, but we can turn the iron farm off. No, this is not the right way. We're gonna implement that feature here with this piston and these observers. We just need to get a dropper right there. So we'll go back to the overworld and make a couple in case we lose another one to the void. Then we'll place one there. And then I can demonstrate how it'll work. And then we can build the Ender. All right. Okay. We're gonna need a little bit of cobblestone. You know what? Let's go out here where we have a little more room. We got all the stone we mined with Silk Touch, so if we use our fortune pick, it doesn't matter that it has fortune. What it matters is that it doesn't have Silk Touch, and all my picks are going to have one or the other. And that's how I refer to them, my Silk Touch and my fortune pick. Although, like, as I'm trying to explain very poorly, I imagine. I'm using the fortune not because it's fortune, but because it's Silk Touch. It doesn't have Silk Touch. And I just need some cobblestone to make a dropper. At least I think I do. I think I also need redstone and quartz. Maybe iron. Oh, no quartz. Let's just make a few. And that way we're covered. We already got the piston the way we want. But I'm going to take another one in case we end up having to move the piston and lose it. So we'll have extra. We got our dropper. Let's get back to the ender. But yeah, that's how I spent my lunch break, was laying carpet. Two layers, several rows. 3 colors. It's not often you'll find yourself laying carpet over bushes, but here we are. And I did pick these colors for a specific reason, which will be revealed later. Maybe tonight. We'll see. There we go. All right. We'll just temporarily set up a thing so I can explain this. I've showed you before, but it was very brief and several weeks ago, so you may not remember. But if I flick that lever, it puts the piston down, which puts the observers facing away from each other, which puts them on a constant loop of being activated, which sends a signal to this dropper. And I don't care if I lose some dirt to the void, so this is so you can see how well, it's shooting it right at me. Perfect. Turn it off. There we go. Obviously, I won't be standing here for it to, shoot ender pearls at me. It'll shoot them into the void, thereby getting rid of them. We just have to rig it so all the ender pearls get fed to it. And we'll do that with hoppers. And we'll put all, I didn't mean to bring this stuff with me. Oops. That's okay. We'll take it back later. And I'm going to take some of this carpet with me as well, because we're going to use a little bit of that once we get the hoppers in place. But it didn't take long to put this carpet down. Basically just my lunch break. And I didn't think it would be fun to watch me do that on camera, so I thought it'd be more fun to watch this part being built. So that's the dropper right there. And we're able to place these in because we're crouching. I may be one hopper short of what I want, actually. Kind of misplaced something. So, yeah, they're gonna go like this. Oops. Misplaced one again. And when I was thinking about how many I needed, I may have miscounted. I may have to go back. Oop. Or we may actually be okay. Yeah. There we go. So these 9 here are where the Endermen will die. And these here just exist to feed over there. And that won't stay a dirt block, of course. We'll put something nice there. Actually, I'm going to build it out of concrete. Or wherever you'd like to put the accent on that word, we're going to build it out of that. I also spent a little time gathering the materials needed to make concrete, but I didn't have time to make it, so we are going to have to do that. But the part of just building the platform for them, we at least have that out of the way, though I forgot to do one thing. And once we get this in, we can come back and start building the actual platform. Right. There we go. And I'm going to cover these up with something else, which I forgot to get, but that's no matter. We have to go back to the overworld anyway. That's the little game I play with myself in my head is, can I make it back to the overworld on one rocket from the Ender? I wonder how many people do that. As you can see, we also have a wool, concrete, paper, gunpowder chests that we didn't have before. Look at that. These two right here, they're also filled with gunpowder. Each one of these is 3 of these rows. I did a little more work on the creeper farm as well. I modified it some to make it slightly more efficient. I decided that the building I'm going to put it in would look better if it were somewhat shorter, so I did away with having the creepers shot to the top and dying up there. They die at the bottom now, which is more efficient. It's just not as fun to watch, but I mean, how often are we going to watch that? I mean, really, if I want, I can make another thing and make creepers. What did I do that for? I meant to go back to the overworld and do some things there, not just drop off my wool. Anyway, we can make creepers shoot through the water anytime we want and just watch that for fun. I want this other thing to look cool. So I need to get a couple more things. Oh. Yes. I want 3 of those. And I don't remember how to make this. Is it a... Maybe it's this thing too. I don't remember how to make this. Oh, it has to be vertical. I didn't think it mattered. Okay. Fine. There. Now we have some chains. Let's convert these back just for the sake of space. There we go. Oh, and we have these two. And the ingots, you can also use those to make lanterns, though I don't see any point. We can just buy them from the villagers. I mean, we already have all these. Of course, we can make soil lanterns as well. They're blue and don't give off as much light, but they otherwise look the same. They're pretty cool, so we will use them for that. You can't buy that from villagers. We gotta do concrete, which I put the materials to make concrete in here, but I haven't actually made the concrete. I don't even know how much we're gonna need. I'm gonna start with this. Oh, I'm gonna need a lot more dye. I was thinking 1 would get me further, or 8 would get me further than that. Let's just turn all this into dye. Well, that's annoying. There. Okay. Should probably need more than that. We're gonna have to go find a place to get gravel. We can trade for it, but we don't have the right setup for it. That would be through piglin bartering. Oh, wait, no. But for that, we need a gold farm, and then we need to set up the piglin barter farm. I don't think that's going to be enough blue. But we'll start with that. And let's see. Okay. We're gonna need to make more white dye, but guess what? We have plenty of the stuff we need for that. Right over here. Well, we'll do it over here because we have it in two places and this one has a crafting table. So now that I've said that, I realize we don't need a crafting table. Whatevers, man. Light shouldn't be in there. Oh, well, yeah, we still need the crafting table for the concrete itself. Well, we went through a lot more of that than I realized we were going to. That might actually be enough. You know what? Let's stop there. And we'll make more of whatever color we need as we get there. We still have to turn this concrete powder into concrete though. And that's annoying. Or rather it would be, but I just remembered I have a way around that annoying thing. That I have specifically because of that annoying thing. We just have to make something real quick. We'll put all this back for now. There. Now we have room in our inventory. Oops. Still can't type L, don't know why. In part because I haven't looked into why I can't type it. That is a large reason I haven't fixed it yet, because I keep forgetting that. On my other server, I'm able to type it just fine. So it's something specifically installed to this server. I just don't know what. We'll figure it out eventually. Where's a good spot for a cauldron? You know, this right under this clock looks like a great spot for one. Ooh. But I think they changed the way it works. Let me see. Oh, they didn't. Okay. So basically, in normal Minecraft, you have to set this concrete powder down and then apply water to it. So you have to set it down, apply water, and then mine it all. I don't want to do that. So there's this data pack where you can just toss it into a cauldron full of water. And it saves a lot of time. I don't feel bad about it. Okay. Get one other thing. That's how you make those. Okay. I'm gonna make a bunch of those eventually. Not right now, though. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Back to the end. All right. Made it. Let's start with these. We're gonna put one. Oops. There, and there. Very good. I was originally going to make the chamber out of black concrete, but I've done that before, and it's hard on the eyes. It's like because of the nature of black concrete. Your eyes play tricks on you. It's hard to explain. I've noticed this with several hues of paint. Specifically, every corporate office I've ever been to, the bathrooms have this hue of paint where like it messes with your depth perception. I don't know what it is, but we are still going to mostly have this thing made out of black. I'm just thinking we're going to build a long like stalk, hollow stalk sort of, that the Endermen will fall through and they'll land on here. And originally I was thinking black, but then as I was making the concrete, I remembered that I've done that before and ultimately changed to black with other things filled in just to make it easier on the eyes. So I'm thinking maybe I just follow the pattern of this thing. We'll see how that looks. We can always change it. It's just we're going to lose some of the blocks to the void if we do. I should have brought scaffolding, huh? we're definitely not going to have enough, though. If I do it that way. Well, it's not going to work either. There we go. We'll just do a couple layers here and see how it looks. See what we think. I don't know that I like it. Maybe... What if we just added a black stripe here as well? Just, you know. Let's just see. I like that a little better. I wonder if we keep the front panels blue and then the back we do black and white, but then the sides are full black. Let's see what that looks like. We'll just do one side and see. I hate losing concrete to the void though, because it's so expensive, time consuming. Don't really like that either. I think I like that better. Oops. I feel like that should be different right here. Maybe we copy the pattern, but we do it in all the directions. Blue, black, white. Blue. See how that works. Like that. I guess to really know, we're gonna have to do both sides. I like that better, but I still don't like it. What if we did something more like that, that, and then the next one will be white, and then the next one will be blue. I guess we're gonna have to look at, well, I don't like that either. I haven't liked anything so far. Um, I'm gonna just stand here and look at it for a second. Ooh. You know what? I know what color I want to do this out of, and I don't have it. But I'm sure it would look good. And we can go get it. It'll take a little while. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do that off camera. And I'm kind of feeling a short stream tonight anyway. I'm not going to end it right now. There's a couple more things I want to show you. And I need to show you. So what's going to happen is the Endermen are going to spawn on a platform we build up that way. And then they'll land in this grid here of these 9 pieces of carpet over the hoppers. When they die, they'll drop ender pearls, but the ender pearls will get sucked into the hoppers through the carpet. And the point of these iron trap doors is to sort of prevent them from spilling over, and so that we don't end up with an inventory full of them, because that's annoying. And then I put that there, and I kind of stand here and stand here. I'd like to have one there, but I always end up mining it by accident. So I guess we'll put it there and we'll leave it there until we mine it. And it gets, disappears into a hopper and potentially shot into the void. But this sort of allows me to just go back and forth and kill them without like picking up things I don't want to pick up. I still pick up a few stray ones here and there. But that's what that's for. Okay, let's go put our stuff over here. We're still gonna make the platform out of these colors. It's the sort of hollow column that holds the platform up that the Endermen fall through that I want to build out of something else, and it just occurred to me. But that's not something I can just like go and get. I have to acquire some materials. And whoa. Didn't quite make it. I have to acquire some materials and then do some crafting, which involves putting them in I believe it involves putting them in a furnace. But all that sand you see, I got that in about 10 minutes this morning during my first break. So let's take a look at the other stuff I was going to show you real quick. First off, where we got all that blue wool from. And white wool. I just dyed the sheep. Turns out I have 24 sheep. I didn't do that on purpose. It's just how many I have. And I dyed a bunch of them white and a bunch of them blue. Because if you remember, I had originally had them all black because I needed the black wool for all those beds that I put over there. Eventually we'll have these auto sheared and we'll have every color. And I won't have to stand here shearing sheep all day. Let's take a look at the creeper farm and see the changes that I've made. It might be easier to see that with the free cam though. But you can see I have sort of built a foundation. Well, not a foundation, but an outline of where the thing will go. I also realized I miscounted how high I need to be. I need to be this high. I was about 25 blocks too low for maximum efficiency. Let's take a closer look though. I did not know this, but apparently this toggle applies to your free cam as well. That was wonky. So anyway, yeah, I'll get rid of this here. That will be the platform. We'll not just have a floating square of glass. We'll do something. If I plan it right, there's a statue on top of the lighthouse, and we may work it out so we can sort of stand inside that statue or under it or something. Because, of course, we want to be able to AFK without fear of phantoms, which means we have to have something over our head. Being that this will be a lighthouse based off of the lighthouse in Bioshock, not Bioshock 3, not that lighthouse, it's the lighthouse in Bioshock 1. I assume that's obvious from the fact it's in the middle of the ocean instead of on an island like dock thing, and that it's an octagon instead of a circle. But if you're not familiar, just Google some images of Bioshock 1 in the lighthouse and you'll see. But yeah, it'll go up to there ish, I think. But if I don't put us inside the lighthouse, if I stop before we get that high, the game opens with a plane crash right by the lighthouse. So maybe I can put, the plane up there and that can be my AFK spot. But yeah, we moved the killing mechanism down here. And added a sorting system. I can't open chests with when I'm in free cam. So you just have to take my word that 2 of these are gunpowder and 1 of them is sugarcane. And we'll extend this out. We'll make more chests. That's just sort of to start. The height that I'm AFK at allows things to spawn on this platform here and then stay when they go down here, but it's too high up to allow anything to spawn in the ocean or on these blocks here. Really, anything below these magma cubes, nothing can spawn. I'm too far away, so the game won't allow it to happen. I also added a row. I made this one wider up here on both sides for the sugar cane to go down, because somehow I'd made this side 1 block wider than this side, and that made it an odd number of blocks this way, but an even number of blocks this way. And I like to build things on odd numbers because it's easier to center them, especially when you're building them in the center of a giant hexagon. I mean, I'm sorry, this is an octagon. So yeah, so we have that much more sugarcane now. I did this last night. The plans I thought I didn't actually have, so I had some time last night. I just didn't start a stream because I didn't know if the plans were happening until whether or not they were happening until they weren't happening. So yeah, the sugar cane, it falls down here, and then I had to add this space here for that other row, just like I had a space here for the same thing up there. Um, the hopper mine carts suck the sugar cane through just like they suck the gunpowder through. I can't go any higher with the creepers. Even one block higher, they'll die when they fall in the magma, unless I put in another thing, and I just don't feel like doing it. We're getting plenty of gunpowder. This thing is as efficient as it needs to be for my purposes. I want to up the sugar cane, but I'm gonna wait and see what the shape of the lighthouse is, and I'm gonna base how I add sugar cane to this around the room I have inside the lighthouse. So it might go up some more and kind of narrow, like go back in. You know, not be as wide is what I'm trying to say. We also had the option to drain the water under the lighthouse and put it down there. And need to fix that water. I realized I built the platform one block too far that way, so I had to move it this way. And when I did it, made this flowing water, which not only looks weird, it it contributes to lag, so we want to get rid of that. But if I come around the back where the scaffolding's not in the way, we can watch the thing in action for a little bit. For whatever reason, they're not running from the cats all the way to the edge every time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I don't, like you just saw up there, those guys totally are, but then these guys hang out on the edge for a little bit until they get pushed or finally decide to walk over it. Sometimes they despawn. I think we just saw one right there despawn. But again, I'm not worried about it because the rates we're getting are so good. I'm getting like more than a stack every 5 minutes. That's plenty. I wish I could show you the sugar cane as well, but we have no way of when that'll happen next, and the sugar cane is one of the slowest growing crops. But just to remind you, the sugar cane, whenever it grows in front of the observer detects that, and there's redstone back behind here, you can see, and that activates these pistons, and they push out the sugar cane into this water. They leave the bottom block so that it can continue to grow. Sometimes you'll have one caught on the edge so you don't get it all. That's okay. There are some kinds of ways to get around that. Tango Tech has explained that and shown how to do it, and I might implement that a little bit into here, or build an entirely separate sugarcane farm based on his really efficient and believe 100% lossless design. But we're doing okay. If I'm really hurting for it, I can still harvest it by the lake over there. But yeah, that's where we are with everything. And if I'd have thought about it, I'd have shown you how much was in this chest. And I said these things wouldn't spawn because I was high up enough. They're spawning now because I'm lower. And we'll remove this scaffolding as well. Oh my. Right. Oh, I'm being hit with a trident. Or is it the Skelly guy? Hey guy. Yeah. I thought skeletons were supposed to sink to the bottom, so I don't know what was up with that. Well, this is one of the most beautiful sights you can see in the ocean. The graceful mer zombie twirling in a sea of kelp and water. surely one of the most majestic creatures in all of Minecraft. Wearing his enchanted chainmail boots, he now follows us through the sea kelp. His dance concluded. He has now been underwater long enough to join the ranks of the drowned and can now swim. However, he has lost his ability to pathfind on the surface. And that is one of the beautiful things about undersea life, is the dance of the mer-zombie. I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. I'm still used to my bed being over there. I often fly over there when I'm ready to turn in for the Minecraft night. That's force of habit for you. I did move my bed here, and I'm having a much easier time sleeping than when I had it higher up, closer to the water. Occasionally I still get the message that I can't sleep, so I found that, sort of like when I said if I ran away from the bed and ran back, it would kite the guardians away, and then if I made it back fast enough, I could sleep. That works way better down here, so that's nice. Any who's'll be. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect some of the stuff that is needed for what I want to build the part of the ender out of. But I'm gonna do that off camera. I'm a little tired, and not up for a long stream tonight, so I'm gonna do my Mr. Rogers thing here. Oh, before I do, you're probably wondering why there's carpet on the fences. I have a good reason for that. You can't jump over fences. No mob can, except frogs and mobs that can fly, and maybe if you put a fence over the water, a dolphin could jump over it. But other than that, no one, including the player, can jump over a fence. But there's a glitch in the game where if you put a piece of carpet on top of a fence, that remains true except for the player. Nothing can jump over a fence with carpet on it except the player. So, okay, that's a weird visual glitch. That's not supposed to be happening right now. There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. I guess maybe it's doing that because I'm on the post. Anyway, that's why I have carpet on fences, because it's easier to shear the sheep without fear of them escaping. Anyway, I've been Captain Incredulous, and you have just been wonderfully fantastic, and I thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next one, which I'm planning for that to be tomorrow evening, with the group of people that I've been playing with on the multiplayer server. There'll be some games, some base tours, some PvP. I'm mostly going to focus on the base tours, but I'll see you then. Have a great night.